Hello and welcome to Point to Play Games. Today, we're going to be looking at Whispers of a Machine. With that, let's start the game. Of course, the totally standard game uses automatic saves, and decisions are permanent. So make our choices carefully, okay.
So, what's with the gloomy look? Left someone dear behind?
Yeah. You could say that.
Been there. So, Nord Sunday. You better buckle up. We've got some nasty weather coming in.
I heard. Sadly, caring about storms is a luxury people in my line of work are rarely afforded.
Oh, and what kind of work is that?
Special Agent, Violent Crimes. Central Bureau.
Well, shit.
Well, you can already kinda sense the type of game this is. Should be a very interesting journey through a bit of a sci-fi detective game. Oh, I guess we're just straight up right at the crime scene.
You there. This is a restricted crime scene.
Okay, interesting. So I guess doesn't seem like there's any sort of immediate tutorial, so I guess we just kind of have to do the obvious thing and just start clicking around. But first, talk to this guy. So you know what? We'll tell him at ease.
At ease, Constable. Special Agent Englund here.
Oh, my apologies, Agent. I was expecting someone older.
I'll take that as a compliment. Now, brief me, please.
Certainly, ma'am. The victim is Carl Oscarson, age 33, stabbed to death by an unknown assailant. He worked here as a carpenter and was found early this morning by a coworker who's sitting over there by the window.
Got it.
Vera's personality. Vera can advance 3 distinctive personality traits: empathetic, assertive, and analytical. Your choices will influence all 3, affecting the course of the story and the tools at your disposal. Advancing one personality trait always weakens the other 2, so make your choices carefully. Well, this should be interesting. I feel like we might want to be just sort of analytical, but we'll definitely see as the game develops.
Sorry about the state of the crime scene. We're not used to this sort of thing.
Okay, well, these are definitely, you can already tell that we can either be extremely direct, sort of say it, and then just say, oh, don't worry about it. Well, I don't know. I'm thinking we're...
But I gotta tell you that this isn't up to par. Follow my lead, all right?
Will do, ma'am. Happy to assist in any way you need.
Good to hear. Now, give me a second while I examine the body.
Sure, I'll be here.
Okay, so that was pretty interesting. This choice has amplified Vera's assertive side. There will be many instances like this, strengthening one personality trait at the expense of the other 2. That's an interesting little tidbit, I guess. Actually, it's not often that you see point-and-click adventure games that have this sort of like personality aspect, or an aspect where your choices sort of change. They all tend to be really linear, so this should be interesting.
So, is this where you use your X-ray vision?
My what?
Come on, you have to be aware of the rumors. How agents like you are supposed to be equipped with some kind of advanced cybernetics.
Okay, that's interesting. Well, if the Central Bureau has some strict no-comment policy, I suppose we should probably tell them this.
The Central Bureau has a strict no-comment policy on those types of inquiries.
I bet it does. Well, let's carry on.
Use the left mouse button to walk. Okay, so this is a spacebar or tab. Display interactables in the room. Okay, so it's a pretty normal click adventure type of thing. Click in your inventory item to examine it, or drag and drop it to combine with other items. Okay. Oh, we have a handgun? Oh god. So we're gonna be shooting someone maybe eventually? That's interesting. Okay, and here's our our triangle of destiny, if you will, as we slowly determine what type of person we're gonna be. Old soda fountain, the worker. I mean, I guess sort of like she was saying, step one is just to check out the corpse.
Alright, we've got multiple knife-sized stab wounds to the chest. I don't see a murder weapon, so I take it none was found at the scene?
That's right. All knives and sharp tools in the building have been accounted for, too.
It looks like the victim was attacked directly from the front. I don't see any major defense wounds, so this was either a surprise attack, or the victim knew the perpetrator. What about any potential suspects, Constable? Did Carl have enemies?
None as far as we know. He seemed to be well liked among the guys here, but the man who found him might know more.
There was a photo in his chest pocket.
In the lower right corner are your augmentations. Toggle with a single mouse click. Experiment with your augs to learn how they work. Additional tutorials will be... blah blah blah. Okay. So we have a forensic scanner, a biometric analyzer, and a muscle boost. Well, I'm gonna guess that the muscle boost isn't gonna be too helpful right now, but we do have this bloody photo, so I'm curious about that first, really.
It's a bloody photograph of Carl and a young woman, taken fairly recently by the look of it. He's holding hands with the woman, but I can't discern her face. Too much damage to the photo. She's wearing a brass necklace. Could be relevant.
Interesting. Okay, well, let's give a shot with the with the analyzer. Drag and drop the scanner to move it around. Anomalies viewed through the lens will lighten up in a bright color. It's in smart scan mode where the anomalies are detected from the surrounding environment. Okay. Oh, what is this? Okay. That's interesting. So collected scanner samples will be added to your data vault and can be attached to the scanner for a targeted search. Unlike the smart scan, samples will allow detection in areas with a lot of contamination, such as picking up specific fingerprints in a room full of prints. We won't find any new samples. Okay. Well, so I mean, I think let's... I guess let's just kind of look around the room a little bit more, maybe. Human blood type B, DNA mismatch.
Postmortem, huh? That would suggest that he likely only touched the body after death.
Okay, so it's a good little thing to know, I suppose. Just out of curiosity, what's this photo? Oh, okay, so if we right-click while we're in it, it'll remove it.
My
Okay.
picture of Alex. I miss him.
Wonder who Alex is? Okay, your notebook contains 2 sections, notes and people. Alright, pretty standard. Show inventory items during dialogue by simply clicking on them. Of course, we have our handgun.
The reason I'm here. I need to gather as much evidence as possible and try to get some kind of lead on the killer. Carl Oscarson, murdered at age 33. He had a job as a carpenter in the Nordson workshop hall.
Okay, so that's interesting. That's a nice little thing right there to include. Alright, let's go back to the scanner real quick. So we have the option for Carl's bio. So I'm just curious, if we go like this, what does this do? Matching data DNA. Okay. Oh, I see. Alright, so this is going to tell us about if it matches Carl's DNA. I see. Okay, and we'd use like the blade shape maybe to... if we saw a blade, to use that. Okay, what's this biometric analyzer? Your biometric analyzer will automatically lock on to nearby targets. You can also click the lock icon on your target to force the analyzer to stay connected. Lastly, the biometric output may display emotional anomalies during a dialogue. Okay, so it's kind of like our it's our lie detector, basically. Okay.
Constable.
Yes, Agent.
Okay, so we've pretty much talked to him about
Okay,
everything we
that's
could.
all I need for now.
Very well, Agent.
Which is pretty much expected. What's this old soda fountain? I'm just curious.
Looks pre-collapse, basically a glorified corner lamp. There's a coin slot on the side with a coin stuck in it. I can probably pull it out using some extra strength.
Oh, and that would be what this muscle boost is for. Muscle boost increases your strength for a limited time. Interact with your target before the time runs out, or it will need time to recharge. Oh, I see, so it goes out like that too.
Got the coin.
Nice. I don't know why we got the coin, but we got it, so there's that at
A
least.
row of personal lockers for the workers here. Not sure which one belongs to Carl.
Okay. Nice, alright, so we're gonna have to figure out which one is Carl's, which we can probably do by talking to this worker here. Looks like there's not much else besides just leaving, so I guess it's finally time to talk to him. Oh, okay. Be quick and to the point. He doesn't look happy to be here. Take your time to console the clear, distressed man. Begin by asking about his bloody hands. Looks can deceive. If he's guilty, stalling would give him a chance to come up with a lie. So, I mean, the guess that we have so far is that he's likely not the murderer since the blood is post-mortem, as the scanner told us. So let's take our... yeah, you know what? Let's take our time to console this poor, distressed man here.
Hey there. What's your name?
I'm Alfred, Carl's friend. Well, we were friends. Now he's gone.
Are you doing okay? Do you have somebody to talk to after this?
I'll be okay. Please just ask your questions so I can go home.
Okay. Well, so let's pop up this biometric analyzer to connect apparently wirelessly. So he's anxious, but I guess that's sort of to be expected. But let's start off with, we'll ask him about Carl.
Can you tell me a little bit about Carl?
Sure. I've known him since I started working here 4 years ago. We instantly hit it off. He had a great sense of humor. He used to be so cheerful, you know? Always kidding around, always with a smile on his face. But then about a year ago, something happened. He became absent-minded and humorless. I know people can change, but this came seemingly from nowhere.
Huh. What do you think caused this shift?
No idea. Whatever it was, he wouldn't confide in me about it.
Okay, that's interesting. Let's talk about Carl's murder then. He's still anxious, which again is to be expected, but let's see if there are any anomalies.
Why don't you tell me about what happened this morning?
Okay. I get up early from my morning smoke. I keep my smokes in my locker, so I came in here. I saw Carl lying in the corner. It was still kind of dark, so I thought he'd fallen and hurt himself. I ran over to him. That's when I noticed the blood, and I guess I was kind of in shock, so I tried to stop the bleeding, but then I felt how cold he was. I yelled for help. The guys came running, and then Joseph, our foreman, sent someone to go get the police.
Okay. When was the last time you saw Carl alive?
Late last night, around midnight. He stayed up with us playing cards, which is unusual.
Unusual? How so?
Well, it was rare for Carl to stick around in the evenings. He usually went out by himself.
Oh. Do you know where he used to go?
No idea. He didn't talk much about that. Maybe he went to the canteen to meet some friends. Anyway, Carl seemed a bit anxious last night. He seemed distracted.
Got it. Thanks for the info.
Interesting. I wonder what's going on with Carl here to go from such a jovial, well, humor-filled individual to so anxious and then to just a cold body on the floor. Well, I suppose let's ask about Carl's locker now, because it's not like we really have anything else to talk about.
Hey, do you know which one of these lockers belongs to Carl?
Yeah, it's number 2, second from the left.
Okay, I'll check it out. Is there an extra key for it somewhere?
I don't think so. As far as I know, Carl had the only one.
Okay. Well, I mean, it seems that we got an answer to our question. That's nice. That once we have a question answered, it gets rid of it. So we know which one's Carl's
That's
locker.
enough questions for now.
Okay.
And I guess what we can do...
Locked. Doesn't look incredibly strong, though. I might be able to get it open with enough force.
Okay, that's what I figured, so we'll use our muscle boost.
Jeez, try not to wreck the place.
No reason for alarm. I just needed to get this locker open.
I mean, that was borderline terrifying, the fact that she just ripped that off so easily. But either way, so we have a coat and boots to look at. I guess let's look at the boots
A
first.
pair of large boots with dirt under them.
Can we, like, use our smart scanner on this? Rare flora, and the boot planet was saffron. Saffron, crocus, okay, that's interesting. So that gives us well, the boot print, obviously, so that's pretty good. So we'll be able to see if we can find that. Let's turn this off and let's check out this coat.
There was a piece of paper in one of the inner pockets.
Really? Alright, let's check this out, this
The
handwritten
note looks like it was written by a woman. It reads,
Hi, Doofus. You're registered now. Go try it out. Remember how you totally flipped the day I first came to Nordsund? Kisses.
Okay, that's interesting. So we're sitting here, and what we've sort of figured out so far is that he had some sort of, maybe a woman or something, which we kind of already determined from this bloody photo and the handwritten note. What's the boot print? Does that do anything? No, not here. We probably need that somewhere else. What about blade shape? You know, this of course feels like the type of thing where you just have to kind of go over everything. What about Carl's bio? Oh, there we go. Matching data DNA. Okay, so, well, I mean, the obvious part is we know that this is Carl's. I don't know how much that really tells us, but we know that now. Alright, so let's look at our notebook real quick. So we can talk about saffron, so let's actually see if
a few more
Alfred
questions, if I may.
knows anything about this saffron right here. We of course want to turn on our biometric scanner, which is once again connecting to him via cell signals, radiation, Wi-Fi, whatever future technology it is. Not that I really listed any future technologies, but anyways, Arthur, is that your name? Who are you? Anyways, saffron.
Do you know anything about saffron plants?
Nope. I know we grow them in Nordsund, but that's it.
Okay, well, I mean, we have our answer that they do grow here,
That's
but we
enough
don't know
questions for
much
now.
more.
Okay.
Let's go talk to the... I guess let's talk to the police officer again. Or this policeman.
Constable.
Yes, Agent.
Because we know... Oh, I guess... there we go. We can talk to him or ask him about saffron. I mean, are you a botanist in your spare time, sir?
Do you know anything about saffron plants?
I know we grow them here in Nordsund, but I'm not sure exactly where. We have vegetables all over.
Okay.
Okay,
Well-
that's all I need for now.
Very well, Agent.
I mean, it feels like we've kind of gotten possibly all the answers we can from here. I know that I looked over here, but I can't help it. Oh. Why am I hearing a beep? Oh, it's because I keep hitting that. Okay. So, I mean, I think in that case, our next move is probably to go to, like, maybe the dormitory. That sounds like a...
Hey, I'm gonna go check out the dorm. Where's Carl's bed?
Turn left and then go straight. I left the light on so it'd be easy for you to find.
Perfect.
Gotcha. Be right back.
Alright, so let's go check that out and see. So this is his bed in his area, huh? There's a bag, a ventilation tube. Okay. Well, let's start with the bag. It's the most obvious.
Dirty laundry. Smells like machine oil.
Oh, you know what? Let's use our smart scanner. Just check things out a little bit. See if there's anything interesting. Nope, nothing there. What about Carl's bio? Okay, so what we know... Oh, what is this? That's interesting. We'll have to figure that out since they're...
There are a lot of prints around a panel on the air duct.
you notice that her eyes change when we're using that? That's quite interesting. Okay. So we got 2 pieces right there to look at. Do we see the boot prints anywhere? Just out of curiosity. Okay, the smart scan doesn't seem to pick up anything like we saw, but we did catch a couple things with Carl's bio. So first, let's check the bed because it doesn't hurt.
Both beds look recently used.
That's genius. You're a great detective. Let's check out this desk though.
Pens and paper. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay, I want to save that ventilation tube for last.
Clean clothes and sheets. Nothing interesting.
Okay, I mean, I suppose the last thing we can check is this ventilation tube.
The panel is screwed on tight. I'll need some way of getting it loose.
Like maybe a antique coin?
It's an old pre-collapse coin.
Ooh.
It's an old pre-collapse coin.
Oh, drag it, right? There we go. Nice. The old coin trick.
There was a small key hidden inside the duct.
Well, that's just very, very interesting. So we have a key. Yeah, we're still right in the middle. We have a handgun.
My service pistol. It fires conventional projectiles using magnetic propulsion. It's loaded with 600 rounds of compressed alloy ammunition. The battery's the limiting factor, lasting for about 80 shots in quick succession.
Jeez, that's like... That feels very, like, Mass Effect-y right there, for anyone who's ever played that game or heard of that game. That's, like, 100% how they explained the, that away. Or the reason why there were clips in the 3rd game. But... Okay, so it feels like we've kind of gotten all of our answers from here. We found this key, which is very interesting by itself, but we have no idea what it goes to. So it must be maybe something hidden? I mean, that's definitely a possibility. We can come obviously back to here later, even though it feels like we've looked at everything. So let's just head out of the locker room. Maybe we can ask Arthur? Arthur? Alfred. I will never remember his name. Maybe we can ask Alfred about this small key. Actually,
a few more questions, if I may.
Yeah, that's not an option.
That's
okay.
Enough questions for now.
So I think the next thing we should do, I guess, is go out to Nordsund. Maybe see if we can see
Not
anything.
Yet. I think the witness knows more than he's letting on.
Oh, cool. That's fine. So I guess we'll have to figure that out. But actually looking, it'll look like that'll have to wait until next time. So thank you very much for joining me here at Point to Play Games and enjoying this wonderful game whose name is apparently escaped me. Right, Whispers of a Machine. And I look forward to playing with you all the next time.